Paper Crafter's Library. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this Sweetheart Valentine's Day card featuring products from the Basic Grey Kissing Booth collection. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how you can enter to win a Basic Grey Kissing Booth prize pack. So let's get started. You're going to need a 5 1/4 by 10.5 inch piece of basic black cardstock. I've gone ahead and I've scored it with my scoring blade and paper cutter at 5 1/4 through the center, and you're going to fold that over and crease it along the score line with your bone folder, creating your 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch card base. You're then going to need a piece of patterned paper, and this is the light pink pattern found in the pack that measures 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. You're going to take your double-sided adhesive and center and stick this to your card base, leaving equal borders on all 4 sides. You're now going to need a piece of vanilla patterned paper found in the paper pad that measures 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 inches. You're also going to need a 7-inch piece of ribbon, and here I'm using the Hibiscus Burst saddle stitched ribbon from Paper Tray. So you're going to take your ribbon, you're going to lay it across your cardstock or across your patterned paper, and you're going to lay it towards the bottom about 1 1/2 inches up from the bottom. Once you have that laid across the bottom here, I was just using my grid paper to make sure I had it nice and straight. You're going to flip that over and stick the ends of the ribbon down to your cardstock or the back of your patterned paper here, wrapped around like so. You're then going to take this patterned paper and you're going to stick it to the card front using some dimensionals. So I'm going to place a dimensional in all 4 corners of my patterned paper here. Peel off the backing. And then I'm going to stick this to my card base, leaving equal borders on all 4 sides. So now that you have that done, you can set aside your dimensionals, and you're going to need your 3-dimensional sticker embellishment. And here I'm using this large Sweetheart one, so you can peel this off the backing. And I'm going to stick this down to the center of my card over top of my ribbon, just like so. I've actually off-centered it a little bit so that it's a little closer to the top than it is to the bottom, because I'm going to add another bow from my matching ribbon. So I've gone ahead and I've tied my bow, and I just took a 10-inch piece of coordinating ribbon here, the Hibiscus Burst saddle stitch ribbon, and I've created a bow out of that 10-inch piece of ribbon, and I'm going to stick this down to my cardstock with some mini glue dots. So place a couple of mini glue dots on the back of your bow and stick that down over top of the ribbon on a slight angle, like so. You're now going to need an 8-inch piece of vanilla twine, and I have this, I'm using the vanilla twine from Paper Tray, and I also have a large bright pink button that I found in my buttons assortment, and I'm going to thread this up through my button, and it has 4 holes in it, so I can do a cross stitch through the button. So as you can see, it's crossed through the buttonholes. I'm going to take this twine and I'm going to lay the 2 tails on the top and bottom of my bow, and I'm going to tie this around my ribbon piece here. So the button is actually laying on the knot of my bow, and I'm just feeding my twine around my first piece of ribbon, my 7-inch piece of ribbon that's laid down and stuck down to the card. So now that I have that, I'm just going to tie this around the center of my ribbon bow and I'm going to trim off the tails. And that just secures it to my card. So now that I've tied that, I can trim the tails of my twine off, just like so. And there you have your finished Sweetheart Valentine's Day card. So let's take a look at this week's Freebie Friday prize pack. First off, we have a 6x6 paper pad with 2 sheets, each of 18 vibrant pattern papers. Then there's a 6x12 sheet of these coordinating cardstock stickers, a pretty set of layered 3D stickers, which you saw me use in today's card. Finally, there's this pack of die-cut shapes, which includes both cardstock as well as acetate elements. So all you have to do to enter to win this collection pack is visit the Paper Crafters Library blog and enter a comment in the post you see here. If you are watching this video from somewhere other than our blog, you will find a direct link to this post in the video description section. The winner will be announced on our blog on Friday, January 27th. See you on the blog!